From the most northern region of Hokkaido to the southern region of Fukuoka, Japan has arguably some of the most beautiful landscapes and terrains on this planet. In 2019, I traveled to Japan, Fukuoka specifically, the food capital of the country, to see not only what Japan had to offer, but also some of their cuisines. As I realized that Japan is not only filled with 125 million people, they are fed very well simply because their food is so fresh, rich in quality. And as I traveled back to the US, I looked and desired Japanese cuisine all of the time. So today, we jump into one of Japan's most notable dishes, ramen, and seek it in the United States.
Back to another unruly video. If you're new, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know we post. If you're a returner, what's popping? Today, as promised, we are at Mecha and we about to get this good grub. I'm gonna order the entire menu, or at least practically the entire menu. We're gonna give them a review like we do always, so let's check it out.
Located at 975 Farmington Avenue, West Hartford, Connecticut, Mecha is one of the most aesthetically pleasing but also delicious bars that you can find yourself in. Whether you come here for their happy hour or you come here for something more heavy like Tonkatsu Ramen or their faux sizzle, you will not be disappointed if you step into Mecha at any point of the day.
We're gonna order the drinks off first, and then we'll move on to the appetizers. Then we'll get ramen, of course, and you should already know what type of ramen I'm gonna get, because I love Tonkatsu Ramen and that's all I had in Japan. So we're gonna get Tonkatsu Ramen and we'll get pho, and then I don't know if they have dessert, so we'll check the menu and check it out. All the Temple of the Sun, strawberry Sakura, Pandemonium, and the smoke show. How's the Sufu Lee?
It's probably my favorite on the drinks. It's like kind of like our staple cocktail.
Let's do that. For ramen, I'm gonna do the Tonkatsu Ramen, full fizzle, the Saigon egg rolls, General Tso's shrimp, pork belly bao, the red oil dumplings. Perfect. Thank you. All right, so we got all the drinks here. As you see, we have the Temple of the Sun, we have the Sakura strawberry boba, Pandemonium here, we have the lotus flower bomb here, and we have the smoke show here. We'll start with boba, Temple of the Sun, black pearls in there. That's a tangy motherfucker right there. That's real tangy. So that citrusy taste you get, and it's real sharp and potent. That's what that is. But it's sweet at the same time. So you get that sharp, fragrant, citrusy flavor, and then you got the black pearls to complement it. So it's like sour and sweet together. Let's try the strawberry Sakura. This is the one. If you're looking for a smooth drink, if you ever had a sour sap drink, that's the closest it is. It has like a hint of strawberry, and it's real smooth. Like when I tell you smooth, it got that Tampico smooth. It's like, you wouldn't get enough of that. Like you can literally drink that in one go. You have the hint of strawberry. It's nice and smooth, but also it has like, I don't know what that is. It got something else in it that tastes good. We're gonna do the Pandemonium Cocktail. They support the ecosystem. This is a paper straw. If you can see the top there, it has nutmeg grazed on top. Try that out. Definitely a earthy, rich flavor. The green throws you off a bit, but it's rich in flavor. Like the nutmeg gives it like that earthy aroma, that earthy flavor to it. You drink this shit at 5 p.m. when you get off of work, because your ass had a hard day. Because the liquor in there and that earthy tone flavor, they mash together well. But it really brings out whatever they got together in there, brings out the liquor even more. So it's like a potent flavor. Now we got the lotus flower bomb. Oh yeah. Ooh. God. Yo. Yeah, fuck the Pandemonium. That's what you drink at 5 p.m. when your boss said you're fired. That's gonna take you on a ride. It has ginger in it. It doesn't have ginger in it. It has that Chinese 5 spice. And if you know anything about spices, that right there is some of it just has this peculiar flavor to it, mixed with everything that's in here. Oh, I lied. This is the smoke show. This makes sense now. This is the smoke show. That makes sense. So being that this is the smoke show, even in the name, that shit is rough. It's a rough ride, my boy. This is the Sofu Lee cubed ice with the Metro logo in the middle. It's fire. This is way smoother than the smoke show and the Pandemonium. As the waiter told us earlier, a fan favorite, this has been on the menu since they opened. That one's pretty good. It's smooth, it's very fragrant. You have that aftertone of what you just drank, and you can really taste the flavor in that. Pearl jasmine tea and the apricot can be tasted heavily in this. I'm digging it. Overall, out of these, I'd probably say my favorite out of these 5 is the Sakura strawberry. That's crap. Can't get enough of that. So we got all the appetizers here. We're gonna start with the General Tso shrimp. Oh, it come with sticky rice at the bottom? Stop playing. Look at that. Oh my days. Sticky rice. Top the shrimp.
You like the drink?
The drinks was bang.
Yeah?
Fire. Look at that. Get this bite. I couldn't make that in the kitchen if I tried. It's like that's cap, but this is fire. When I tell you the sweet to heat ratio is balanced right there in the middle. Oh shit. Always put your chopsticks across the bowl, because in Japan, when you don't do that, it symbolizes death. That's what they put a bowl of rice and chopsticks going up on on someone's cemetery, like their grave. So always lay your chopsticks across your plate. But that right there, that ratio of heat to sweet is very balanced. And then the rice, you can get this alone and almost be full if you got 2 drinks, this, and maybe 1 more item. We got the red oil dumplings here. And they're nice and seared too. And if you don't know how to make dumplings, I'll show you, but we're gonna get a nice bite. Look at that. And the reason I made that face is because usually when you get dumplings from anywhere, it's not this full. Usually dumplings aren't that full. Like, people always skimp you on meat. They'll overcharge you for dumplings. But this right here, wow. Oh my days. Literally. I don't know what to say. Like, when food's good, bro, you say nothing. Like, you hear nothing. So I don't know what the fuck to say. This shit's fire. Red oil is spicy. Sausage in the middle is succulent and juicy. The crust was nice and hard. Pause. Wow. God damn. This is the pork belly bao. And if you watched our short trailer on today's video, you saw me with the KFC bao. Now, the reason I didn't do the KFC bao is because we already did it, and you know what it looks like. It comes with pork belly slice, some carrots, and some cucumber. And what they have right in the middle is that sauce. It's Japanese mayo and I believe sriracha mixed together to make that spicy sauce. But let's get a healthy bite out of this. Look at that, juicy. They haven't missed yet. Look at that. This meat, it's not just fat. If you order pork belly, you know that pork belly has a lining of fat. So when you cook it, or depending on what cut you get, it could be a lot of fat. There's not too much fat in this. And the flavors of the mayo, the carrots, the cucumbers, and whatever sauce they have on it. Bro, this is amazing. We have Saigon egg rolls. Nice and crustified on the outside. And we have some sort of sauce here. I can't tell you what sauce that is, but I feel it looks very familiar. It's probably sweet. It's a classic. Fire. Fire. Get some more of that. Nice and crunchy on the outside, nice and moist filling on the inside, perfect amount of flavor. The sauce, like I said, is slightly sweet overall. That's crack. We have the Tonkatsu Ramen here, and we have this pho sizzle here. And so we have the vegetables to go with the pho and the lemon, the lime. So you got the corn, you have the pork, and you have some green scallion here, and you have a poached egg or a runny egg here, and there was a dab of butter here. So let's take a bite of this. Bro, authentic as it can get. The broth is fatty and rich. Like, look at that. That's Tonkatsu Ramen, or Tonkatsu broth. That's pork broth right there. How you know Tonkatsu is good is when the broth is really rich and fatty. Like, that means the bones were boiling. The meat was boiling for days, probably, could be 24 hours, could be however long they did it, but that's authentic as hell. The noodles, there is no sogginess here, none. And they're nice and thin, but when you pick them up together, it gets that broth because it's so thick and fatty. My days. You come to Mecha to get authentic ramen. Oh my days, from the food, the appetizers, to the drinks, to now this. Now we have fun. And why you see the red in the meat still is because what happens is you're supposed to take the meat, and that was all red a second ago, but because of the heat, you're supposed to take this. It's supposed to be very thin. They're a little thick, but that's fine because they're really small. So what you do is you take this meat and you put it inside of the broth. And we'll see if it's really hot enough. And it comes out cooked. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you do for traditional pho. You take the meat, run it through here, get it cooked, and then you eat. So let's take a bite. Matter of fact, let's get a healthy bite. Wrap it up though. This shit's crack. Noodles, nice and tender as they should be. Beef, nice and cooked and tender through rubbing it through the broth. The broth is not too fatty, not too, like, you know you have good pho when you can still see the bottom of the spoon. That means all the gunk and the stuff when you're making it, they took it out. They took the time to take off the foam that comes out when you're boiling the meat together. This is crack, all of it.
That wraps up our Mecha review. From their variety of drinks to their unforgettable appetizers and entrees, Mecha has treated me lovely, and it was a great time to really experience the full authenticity of Japanese cuisine. But I implore you all to go to Mecha and experience it firsthand, and definitely leave a comment and a like if you like this video. I'll see you all in the next one.